3 years into our marriage, and my husband stopped coming home to me. Our second baby was already 4 months old at this time, but our problem started when I was pregnant with the first one. My husband was always complaining that I was lazy because I could not do all the house chores alone. I was heavily pregnant, and I was already 3 months gone before we got wedded. My husband doesn't like helping with anything, and I will not kill myself with housework. What my husband does was to just drop money and leave without caring how anything gets done. And we do not have any plan of getting any maid or someone to help with domestic work. So what I resorted to was to do the much I could and leave the rest for another day. Towards the end of my first pregnancy, I woke up one day to realize that it was already 2 months since my husband last touched me. I confronted him and he said that I was smelling somehow. I didn't know if it was the pregnancy that was causing me to smell or if I had always smelled somehow all along. Immediately I put to bed and became more occupied with the baby. My husband started giving excuses to not come home. Before I knew it, Oga would stay out for up to 2 weeks without coming home. Whenever I agitate, he would say that I was becoming an obstacle to his business. And honestly, at a point, I was no longer sure of exactly what it was my husband does as his business. He does not want me asking any questions, and he was very okay with being just a visiting husband. He fondly calls me Gen Z wife, and I was not sure if that was a compliment or an insult. Immediately my child turned 1 year old. I registered her in crèche, cleaned up myself, and started looking for where to fit in. I made a few friends and got involved in 1 or 2. Before I knew it, I was pregnant the second time. The day I broke the news of the pregnancy to my husband was the last time I saw him at home. I managed through the whole pregnancy all by myself. It was only God that knows how I coped with the 2 kids in my hands with no job. Which part of the horror story should I tell and leave the other? As soon as my second child completed 1 year, I registered her in crèche too, and by this time our first child was already 3 years old. I came back to our house, packed a few clothes of mine, abandoned the children in school, and escaped. I couldn't take it anymore. It's already 8 years now, and I'm wondering what became of my kids. Please don't judge me. Wow. We will not judge you.